Hey there viewers, it's LeokearonMSc again with another Transformers review, and today's review is going to be on Legacy United Cybertron Hotshot. Now, I was really excited for this figure when it was first shown off. Why? I mean, come on, it's freaking Cybertron Hotshot! Like, they've been nailing the Cybertron figures. Like, Starscream was amazing. Like, Override and Metroplex were really cool. Hell, I've got Cannonball, and I really like that figure. So, yeah. But, well, looking at the stock photography for this guy, I just instantly wanted him. So, how is he in hand? Well, if we just start off by looking at the box, well, of course, we've got the standard United box. So, of course, we've got the standard windowless packaging. We've got Hotshot's vehicle mode right there, which looks amazing. Cybertron Universe Hotshot. This side, we've got a picture of Hotshot just looking angry. Got a close-up of his face right there, which looks really good. This side, one half of the mural. Again, I just love this. And the back, we've got him in both modes. And I guess this could be considered the EVA fusion. I know they don't use that for United, but of course, it's the planet key. So yeah, and that's pretty much it for the box. Now, moving on to the actual figure. Well, it's a near one-to-one recreation of how he looks in the show, as a blue Cybertronian sports car. Like, they could have released this back in the Velocitron 500 collection, and I would have still bought this. Like, hell, there's mock-ups of this guy being released in the Velocitron collection, and honestly, they look really good. So, yeah. But for, like, the actual figure that we have here, well, this looks really good. So for details, of course, we've got the front headlights here. There's no Ultron signature here like the original figure had, but oh well. We've got these little bits of silver. I'm not sure what that's meant to be like. But it's a Cybertronian vehicle, so it just looks cool. But we've got the little windshield, and the head is right there. So I just tend to head around during transformation, but do keep that in mind when transforming him. Try to turn the head around so his face isn't just poking out. Got the side doors right here. Got a port if you want to plug in a weapon. Front wheels are pinned. Got some more silver paint right there, which looks really good. Of course, we've got the entire slot for the cyber key. And we got another port for a weapon right there. Got where the spoiler sections flip out. Of course, this time it's manual, because, I mean, Starscream's swords didn't flip out automatically, so, of course, these aren't going to flip out by themselves. But still, the fact that they sort of brought back the cyber key gimmick is quite cool. The back wheels are unfortunately not pins, they're just pegged in, but oh well. The back, not really much to say here, but the underneath, of course, is the robot folded up, kind of like the original figure. That's pretty much all I've got to say about the vehicle mode. Overall, I really like this. It really rolled up well, unfortunately, but it still is really good. And for accessories, Well, we first got his gun, which is modeled after the original toy's missile launcher. Of course, it doesn't fire this time. The missile's now just a gun barrel. But this can plug in different spots. So if you want to plug it in here, then there you go. If you want to plug it in the back, then there you go. But of course, it's meant to go on the top here, just like the original figure. And of course, instead of it being a missile launcher, so you just plug in a blast effect, so we can shoot at, I don't know, a ransack or someone. So yeah, that looks pretty good. And of course, the second accessory, we got a Velocitron planet key. And that was quite accurate, because we got the planet symbol right there. We got the little gauges on the side. This is really accurate. Of course, it's smaller as per the legacy cyber keys, but still. And of course, this just plugs into the back here. There we go. And of course, as I said, the spoilers don't flip out, but you can still get them out automatically. The instructions do say to flip the entire back up, but if you have a long enough fingernail, then you can just reach in there and flip the spoiler out yourself. And now we've got his, I guess, racing mode. Honestly, this is how I prefer to display him, because he looks more like Hot Rod this way. So, yeah. And I kind of wonder, does this work with Override's gun? Because, of course, Override didn't come with a cyber key. But can this work with her gun? Yes! It actually can! So it's actually backwards compatible with Override, so that's actually amazing! So if you want to display her with this gun, or the cyber key in the gun, then there you go! That's actually amazing! Of course, this can also take the original, cyber keys as well, but it can also take the legacy cyber keys, which is a pretty nice detail. Unfortunately, Metroplex can't take cyber keys because, I mean, he's a friggin' Titan figure, but But going back to Hot Shot, we just plug this back in. So, yeah. That's pretty much it for the vehicle mode, and overall, I love this vehicle mode. Like, I can't think of any complaints with it. This is an overall, like, one-to-one recreation. Like, if I put him next to Legacy Armada Hot Shot, we can see just how amazing this guy looks, because, let's be honest, this guy had a few flaws with him. And in fact, I'd argue that this guy's like classic deluxe size, whereas this is more modern deluxe size. You'll see what I mean when we get to the robot mode, but yeah, these guys do look kind of good together. If only they made an Energon Universe Hot Shot to go here, but I don't know, I kind of doubt that they're going to do Energon figures, because keep in mind, Energon was a bit so they might just stick with the Megatron and Galvatron core class figures. Sucks, because I kind of do want a modern Energon Ironhide. Yeah, these guys do look quite good together. And putting this guy next to the original figure, because my Exilian's in storage right now, and I don't want to waste time just finding him, so here's a picture of this guy next to the original figure. And honestly, this is pretty much, as I said, a one-to-one recreation. Like, there's going to be differences in the transformation, but for the robot mode and vehicle mode, it's a one-to-one recreation. Like, what else can I say? I mean, of course, we got the added combat parts, but, like, dude, this is a really faithful, like, recreation of the original figure. It's just amazing. So, yeah. Now, I think that's pretty much all I have to say about the vehicle mode. And overall, I just love this vehicle mode. So if I just move on to the transformation, you know, let's get the cyber key out first, because that's going to be the hard bit. But moving on to the transformation. So, the transformation for this guy is pretty much exactly like the original figure, just with a few extra steps. So, to start off, I'm just going to get the arms out, just like the original. Get the windshield up. Get the back out, like so. Now, this is one of the new steps. I'm just going to untap the legs. Instead of pulling the legs down, we're going to accordion them down like it's a Combiner Wars figure. Because, like, with a few exceptions, such as Sandstorm, they don't do sliding joints anymore. And honestly, I'm kind of glad, because this feels a lot nicer. So I just extend the legs out. Do the ankle tilt so we can get the foot out. So do the ankle tilt, flip out the foot, then move the foot back into place like so. That's the legs done. Spin the entire backpack around. Get this little bit out just for now. Split the front of the car. And those well, those are the shoulders. There we go. Okay, flip up the head. And if you've got it spun around like I do, just spin the head around. And then this will just tab into here. Probably my biggest complaint is this does move around a lot. This doesn't really tab in securely. If anything, this little bit's meant to just fill out the back. But, well, here we have Hot Shot in robot mode. And, like, that is just a really simple transformation. As I said, it's just the original transformation with some extra steps, like how the feet transform. And the resulting robot mode is... I mean, quickly pulling out the Armada version. This guy is tall. And I say that for a modern deluxe. Like, this guy's like the same size as this guy's the same size as the deluxe from back in the day. Because of course, like, deluxes nowadays don't really have a standard size, but I'm sure if I put this guy next to the original Hotshot or my Excellion, which again is in storage, he'd be around the same height, maybe a bit shorter, but this guy is tall. Like, hang on. Here he is next to Cannonball. He's taller. So, that's definitely one that's one advantage over this guy. He's quite tall. Probably one of the tallest deluxes that we have nowadays. So to anyone fearing that deluxes are shrinking, this guy is here to stop those fears, because this guy is pretty much the same height as the classic deluxe. Okay, gushing about that aside, let's have a 360 of this guy. And yeah, it's pretty much the same silhouette. Like, the entire windshield is a butt flap. He's got doors in his forearms. He's got the same head. And yeah, that's quite an accurate head sculpt. I'm not sure if it's the same head as the Selects version from Siege, which is a Hound retool, but still. Now, one quick thing. You see these little doors on the arms? These can actually come off. This is something new to the Legacy version, so if you don't like these doors on the arms, then these can actually come off. Why? I don't know. Maybe so these can be like shields for other figures. Yeah, I have no idea, but honestly, without them, he looks kind of scrawny. Like, other people have mentioned it, but his forearms are quite shrunken. Like, it's like if his fist was here instead of here. So if anything, these make his arms are kind of longer. And like, it's not just with this guy. Like, the original figure had small forearms as well. It's just I never noticed it until this guy because, well, these can come off. So, pointless gimmick aside, just reattaching these. Giving him his gun. Of course, this can go in several places. Like, got ports on the top here for a shoulder cannon. These can go on the side here. If you want, you can plug stuff in the underneath, but of course, this can plug onto here. And that looks pretty good. Like, of course, we can plug a blast effect into here. I don't know, pretend like your bulkhead is crumple zone or something. Or put some blast effects into feet or something, I don't know. And of course, if we take this and just shove this onto the back here, we can now just flip these out and make them look more like hot rods. And yeah, these are red, because in the original figure, they were translucent yellow, whereas here, they're red. I don't know, it's probably just some... They're probably just gang molted with the forearms and the... not the forearms, the shoulders and the hips here. Probably just gang molded with that. Now, I do have at least 2 complaints with this guy. One, this doesn't really tab in that well. Like, you see, I'm trying to get this to tab in, and it's just not. Yeah, so it doesn't really go in that well. So, complaint number 1, backpack doesn't really tab in that well. And complaint 2, see how the feet are kind of up? This guy's kind of front heavy. Just how, it's like, it's with how the feet transform. You can accidentally have them up. The feet can be pushed up a bit too far, and then you can be pushed forward, like so. So you have to remember to have them pushed downwards, so you don't have this problem, but it's kind of annoying. So yeah, this guy is not flawless. fact, you can see here his foot just moved up again. Okay, let's just go back to let's compare him with the okay, let's compare Hotshots with Armada Hotshot, and here you can really see the size difference. Like, this is the size of a normal Deluxe, this is the size of a classic Deluxe. And these guys are like 2, 3, this is a year apart, so maybe a year and a half apart, I think, so yeah, that just shows. And again, it makes me want a new Energon Hotshot. But yeah, that's probably not going to happen. Here he is with Cannonball. And I'm really excited to review this guy, but you can see, again, he's taller. Also, I quite like this figure, by the way. So stay tuned for a review on Cannonball coming soon. And here he is with Override. And, well, keep in mind, this is meant to be a Voyager figure. They're the same height. So, even though that, like, Override is meant to be a Voyager figure and Hotshot the Deluxe, they're the same height! Oh my god, that is just hilarious. So, and well, here he is with the original Hotshot figure, so you can see how they've improved it. And honestly, I think they have improved it slightly. I mean, the old figure was already a really good figure, but like this one just has the modern articulation, which we'll see quite soon. But like, I really want to see an Excellion deco of this, and I'm pretty sure there's a leak scene that we'll gain one next year, so I'm quite excited for that. But yeah, this one is really accurate to the original figure. Now, for this guy's articulation, the head is ball joint, so he can look side to side, he can look really far up. He can look down, so yeah, the head's on a ball joint. Well, shoulders can move, although of course this does get in the way. Currently T-pose, like, that's as far out as the arms can get. But we do have elbows, got a bicep rotation there. Wrist rotation, well, you have to remove this for the wrist rotation. Waist rotation, well, it's kind of hard to do with this butt flap in the way. Can kick forward. Can sort of kick back if you move this out the way. Thigh swivel. Got a knee right there. Can do the splits. Really good ankle pivot. And I mean really good. If you undo the ankle, then the foot can move. So the foot can go up, although it does make it a bit front heavy if you do so. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the articulation. And you can see what I mean there. Like, this foot's constantly buckling. And honestly, that's pretty much all I've got to say about this guy. So, complaints, well, I've pretty much already said them. The backpack doesn't really tab in that well, so it constantly moves when you're trying to pose him. And the feet are often buckling. Like, you can see that foot's, yeah. And this foot seems to be a bit loose. So it's always going up. So, Yeah, that's quite... Honestly, that's quite disappointing because... I'm not... Aside from nose, this is a near perfect figure. It's just the feet being kind of loose kind of drags this guy down. Like, of course, if you're just displaying him normally, it's not going to affect anything. It's not like he's just going to fall down randomly one day when you're not touching him. But if you're trying to like play with him, then it's going to get really irritating. Hopefully with the Exilion redeco they fix this, but for this guy, it's quite annoying. But aside from that, and the backpack issue, do I recommend this guy? Come on, of course I recommend this guy! I mean, he's a tall deluxe. He's the same size as a Voyager, which is Override. Like, he's tall, he's really fun, it's pretty much a really articulated version of the original Cybertron hotshot figure. So if you're a fan of Cybertron, if you're a fan of hotshots, if you're just collecting Legacy, then I recommend this figure. Just, come on, just get this guy. This is a really good figure. Even if it does have the foot issue and the backpack thing, I recommend this guy. So, yeah. So, this has been my review on Legacy United Cybertron Hotshot. And this is Charlie Young, signing off.